Hi y'all, this is Larry from Deep South Texas. It's late in April, April 26th, and it's time for another garden update. So let's go take a look. So we're going to take one more attempt at harvesting one of these ripe Roma tomatoes. It didn't go so well last time I tried. Let's see what we do this time. Looks like a beautiful tomato, and a big one too. The Biltmore tomatoes are starting to ripen. Unfortunately, a couple of the plants are dying, and two of them still look okay. I'm not sure what the story is there. But they're beautiful tomatoes. This San Marzano also looks like it's dying on me. It has a half a dozen pretty nice tomatoes on there. But I don't know, these single staking tomatoes doesn't seem like it's working for me very well. I have some Amish paste here that I've trained to a single stem, and these two are doing okay. But there's three others over here that have just died. Not sure what the story is. Too much water maybe? I don't know. I did cut off most of the rest of my celery and let it regrow, so I think we're going to have celery as long as it can take the heat. Now here's an Amish paste that I've trained to a single stem, and it's got 5 real large Amish paste tomatoes on, and 3 or 4 other smaller ones, so this one's doing okay. The mortgage lifter tomato, it has tomatoes on it, but again, it's starting to die back a little bit. It has one huge misshapen tomato beginning to ripen up down here. So we have tomatoes on just about every bush. Everything's looking good. We've been picking and eating tomatoes 4 or 5 every day. We're starting now to get behind where we have more tomatoes than we can eat. So that's good. Maybe we can can some. So it's looking like midsummer down here, even though it's only April 26th. Lots of the tomatoes are starting to show some age, starting to yellow up. Some of them are dying, but we're going to have a bunch of tomatoes. Well, the squash plant looks like it's winding down. We have 4 big squash on the trellis here that are starting to turn orange, so that's nice. The plant itself has wrapped itself all the way around this other raised bed. And has climbed out the fence. And there's another squash coming on the other side of the fence, growing in the tomatoes there. So quite a trek for that plant. The straight 8 cucumbers have made it to the top of the trellis, but there's very few cucumbers coming on. There are a few small cucumbers growing, but not enough and not big enough, so hope for better. The ginger is coming up. Actually, all 3 barrels have some ginger coming up in them now. That's good news. The turmeric, we still just have 1 plant that's come up so far. Jalapenos are coming along real well. We have several that are ready to pick. Then we have this giant sunflower here growing in the middle of the bed. They didn't want me to pull it out, so it's about 7 or 8 feet tall and has just little bitty sunflowers at the top. I was expecting some huge sunflower up there as big as this thing is, but there it is. Most of the onions have fallen over now, so I think I'm going to push over the ones that haven't, let them set, and in a week we'll pull them all. I have put a cap on, taken the sprinkler head off of this and put a cap on it so they won't get any more water. And you know, we've got some nice onions in here. Could always hope for bigger ones, but they'll be good. I've been picking green beans about every 3 days. They're slowing down a little bit, but they're still flowering, so we'll continue to pick green beans for a while longer. The sweet corn is doing well. Beginning to put ears on. They're not very big yet, but they'll get bigger. So the baking soda spray that I made up is not taking care of the powdery mildew for me. So I'm going to try making up some with milk and see if that does any better. This zucchini plant is growing wild. We've picked about 6 or 7 nice sized zucchinis off of it so far, and one huge one that almost got away. We saved it just in time. Well, I just let the chicks and the mamas out of the chicken tractor for the first time. They don't want to go too far. They've been sort of protected by the sun, and it's kind of sunny out, and they're trying to stay in the shade as much as possible. Well, that's about it for this update. Stay tuned. We'll be picking tomatoes for the next 2 weeks. We'll be harvesting onions in a week or 2. We're going to harvest all of our potatoes probably next week as well. So a lot going on here in the garden as it moves into what feels like summer here. Remember to like, share, subscribe, comment, please. Thanks for watching.